Hey Earth Signs, this is Nikki, the Van Mystic. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm happy you found your way here. You found your way here. This reading is for all of you for the second half of August 2019. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn people to help to give you a little bit of guidance and insight for the next couple of weeks. So, what am I saying? What did I want to say? Okay, so if you are an earth sign, you're in the right place. If you are a water sign, fire sign, or air sign, there are other videos on my channel and you can go check those out. And while these readings are intended for your sun sign, if you are guided to watch for your moon sign or your rising sign or any of your other placements, you can go right ahead. Do whatever you feel called to do. And you can watch those other readings on my channel if you would like to. Last thing I want to say is that while this reading is put in place for the second half of August 2019, if you're watching this and it's no longer August and somehow you found your way here, there's a reason that you've been sent here, and there's a message in this reading for you regardless of the time or the day. Okay, so with all of that said, we're going to get started. I'm going to start by taking a look at the energy of the next couple of weeks for all of you. Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn people, I am using the Brady Tarot today, and I am also using the Wisdom of the Four Winds Oracle, so I'm using two decks today. And here we go. So the energy of these next couple of weeks for my Earth sign friends. What is coming through for you? What's coming up for you? What is going on for the second half of August 2019? Let's see what we've got for my Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus people. Top card, okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we've got the Son of Feathers, which would be traditionally the Knight of Wands, and we have got the Innocence card, two birds here, okay? So it really feels kind of like an innocent mistake, or you innocently perhaps are in the position where you took on too much, or you took on something that you didn't really know how to do in some way, and then suddenly you realize like it was way too much for you, or you realize like it was just too hot for you to handle, okay? So there's a potential for some impulsivity for the next couple of weeks for you Earth signs, a potential to say yes to things, and then kind of realize that you might not have exactly the tools or the resources to get things done in the way that you wanted to. And it was just like an innocent kind of impulsive decision, or you're just kind of maybe generally feeling like you just want to say yes to things, which is so great and so wonderful, but it can lead you down this road where sometimes you end up taking on too much, and then you feel overburdened, or you feel like it's just become too hot and then you need to drop it all, right? So it's something to look out for. It's something to be aware of, that you might kind of, in this way, sort of like, you have good intentions, right, with what you want to do. So you're taking on too much, or you're saying yes to something or somebody, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoopsie, right? Like, maybe that was a little bit too much. So let's see, how can we handle this, and how can we work with this energy, Earth signs? How can we kind of navigate this and flow with it? Because it's actually not a bad energy, right? Saying yes and being a little bit more impulsive can really kind of bring us down a road that we never thought we would go down. But we need to be a little bit cautious so that we don't end up taking on too much or saying yes to things that we don't really know how to do, right? So how can we best work with this energy, my Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus people? How can you handle this? What are you being asked to do with this? Okay. All right. Okay. So we've got withdrawal. Okay, so the Four of Arrows, which would be the Four of Swords, so withdrawal, and then we have the Stargate card, okay? So it seems pretty clear and pretty obvious, right? Withdraw, okay? If you take on something and then you're just like, ow, 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 why did I do this? Why did I do this? Don't be afraid to drop it like it's hot, okay? Don't be afraid to just be like, I can't do this, I'm sorry, no, all right? Or since you have this information now, be aware of when things come up and you feel like you impulsively want to say yes, and take some time to go within. Connect with your guides, okay? Connect with source, connect with spirit, and ask for guidance. So that you can make thoughtful choices as you move forward, and so that you don't kind of act in this impulsive way where you end up taking on more than you can handle or saying yes to something that doesn't really end up turning out well. Because you might find just a better way to get involved with some of these things, right? A more thoughtful way where maybe you take on part of it, or maybe you take on a different part of it than you thought you were going to, okay? So retreat, withdraw, go within, connect with your guides, ask for guidance, ask for help, be a little bit more thoughtful about your choices. And if you don't do this and you end up getting into some of these situations anyway, that's okay, and don't be afraid to drop it. Don't be afraid to change your mind. It's okay to change your mind, okay? Take the lesson, learn from it, grow from it, and move on onto something else, okay? So don't be afraid to admit when you've taken on too much. Don't be afraid to admit when it's just not right for you, when something's just not right for you, right? Whether this is could be anything. This could be a potential relationship, a work project, responsibilities at home, right? Anything like that. So don't be afraid to just be like, I thought I could do this, but I can't, okay? So yeah, okay. Great, so next we are going to pull a card or two to represent something that you can all focus on for the next couple of weeks, Earth signs. There's leaf blowing action going on outside, so if you hear that, I apologize. There's a lot of yard work being done around here on the farm today. Okay, so something you can focus on for the next couple of weeks, something that needs your attention, something that you can be putting your intention and your energy into. What could that be for all of you? Let's see. Beautiful. And one more card. Wonderful. Okay, great. So we have got fulfillment, the 9 of Horns, which would be the 9 of Cups traditionally, and we've got insight, okay? So what I see here is just taking such good care of yourself that your cup is just overflowing with juiciness and love and happiness, okay? So put your focus and your attention onto yourself and making sure that your heart is full, that your cup is full, that you're feeling really good physically, your heart, and your spirit, okay? So take care of yourself, indulge a little bit. It's kind of take such good care of yourself that you are just dripping with happiness, okay? So put your focus on you, your happiness, your heart, and really filling your cup and giving to yourself and receiving from other people. Now it's getting really, really loud. Okay, might need to take a second to let that pass. I could just edit this out, but I don't think I'm going to. Okay, that's a little better. Okay. And in doing this, you're just giving yourself a little bit of time and space to think things through, to get closer to yourself, to calm the mind, right? And to kind of passively receive some guidance and find some clarity on things in your life where you might need clarity in a little bit more of a thoughtful way, right? So I feel a real slowness that you're being called to embrace over the next couple of weeks, and a real sort of lovely, indulgent energies. So spoil yourself a little bit, and I think you'll actually be surprised that some answers kind of float to the surface, or some opportunities sort of naturally float to the surface that wouldn't have otherwise happened if you'd just been out there trying to make things happen in this really active and hard way, okay? Okay, so next we're going to pick a card or two to represent something that you should not be focusing on. So something that might be coming in to distract you over the next couple of weeks, Earth signs, to take you off of your path. What could this be? Where should your focus not be over the next couple of weeks? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so So here's what we've got. We have got the Seven of Horns, or the Breach cards. This would be the Seven of Cups. And what we've got here is we've got two sleeping beavers. We've got a leak in their dam, but they're sleeping and they don't notice that the dam is leaking, okay? So it's sort of like an energy leakage. It feels like potentially you are like sort of passively giving away your attention or your energy to things that are draining you slowly. So there's a need to make sure that you are not giving too much and that you're being very aware of the interactions that you're having with people or certain situations that feel very draining and exhausting to you. Avoid those situations or draw back from them, pull away from them over the next couple of weeks, because what's going to be so important for you is to make sure that your cup is full and that you are charging up, okay, and feeling really, really good. So give to yourself and do your best not to passively or actively give too much to other people or to other situations right now. And be really conscious and aware of where that might be happening in your life that you're not really even realizing yet, right? So like these beavers are sleeping. They don't even know that this is happening. So you might not be really acknowledging a situation in your life or a person in your life that's kind of leeching energy from you. So sit with yourself and really think about what this might be, okay? And think about how this might be playing out in your life and take some space from that situation so that you can really turn the attention within into yourself and into your own self-care, okay? Okay, so lastly, your lesson for these next couple of weeks for the end of August 2019, my Earth sign. So what is your lesson? What's your takeaway? What are these couple of weeks teaching you? What is it all about? Let's see. Great. Great. So we've got the Ten of Feathers, which would be the Ten of Wands traditionally, and we have the Moon Reflection card, okay? So the next couple of weeks is really, I feel, about being discerning. Deciding where you want to put your energy and being really thoughtful about what you decide to take on and what you need to let go of in order to feel centered and full, okay? So this next couple of weeks are really going to show you potentially where in your life you are taking things on that don't belong to you, aren't a good fit for you, or feel too burdensome for you, okay? And giving you some space and time to reflect on some of that stuff so that you can make better choices going forward for yourself. So, be very thoughtful and intentional about what you are giving your energy to, okay? Try to avoid that kind of impulsivity, or, you know, if you can't help yourself, don't be afraid to back out of situations when you feel like you've taken on too much, all right? Prioritize above all else filling your own cup and focusing on your self-care. And hopefully this week will sort of teach you that you have a little bit more control than maybe you even realized over your energy levels and how good you're feeling and what you give your energy to and what you don't have to give your energy to, okay, Earth signs? So I hope that reading was helpful for all of you. Sending you lots of love for the second half of August 2019. Hope it's an amazing couple of weeks for you, and this guidance helps to guide you through these couple of weeks. There's our leaf blower again. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website, thevanmystic.com. I will leave the website link below in the description box. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video with the thumbs up button if this reading was helpful for you. And of course, follow me on Instagram if you're not already at thevanmystic. Okay, I'm going to go and listen to these beautiful sounds of leaf blowing. Okay, have a great day, have a great couple of weeks, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.